Most English learners use been every single day, and almost every single one of them is using it wrong. Stay with us, because by the end of this episode, you will never make that mistake again.
Hey everyone, this is Alex.
And I'm Emma, and you're listening to Fluent English Podcast, where we talk about everyday topics in simple, natural English.
Okay, Emma, I have to ask you something right away.
Sure, what is it?
Have you ever been in a situation where you are speaking English, you feel confident, and then suddenly someone says something back to you and you have no idea what they just said?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, 100%. That happened to me when I was learning Spanish, actually. Someone asked me a simple question, and I just stood there like a statue.
Right? And the funny thing is, it is usually one small word that causes the confusion. Not a big fancy word, just a tiny little word that you thought you already knew.
And today, that tiny little word is been.
Exactly. Been. B-E-E-N. 4 letters, 1 syllable, and yet it confuses so many English learners every single day.
So today, Alex and I are just going to have a normal conversation, like we always do. We're going to talk about our week, talk about life, and been is going to come up naturally, over and over again. All you have to do is listen.
And don't worry, we will slow down when something important comes up. We'll make sure you catch it.
All right, so Alex, let's just get into it. How has your week been?
Oh man, it has been a lot. It has seriously been one of those weeks where every day feels like a Monday.
Oh no, what happened?
Okay, so first of all, I have been trying to fix my car for like 2 weeks now. I keep putting it off, but the noise it makes is getting worse.
Wait, what kind of noise?
Like a grinding noise every time I brake. It has been driving me crazy, pun intended.
Okay, so you have been putting off the car repair. What else?
I've also been dealing with this project at work. It's a big one, and my boss keeps adding more things to it, so I feel like I have been running in circles.
I know that feeling so well. There are weeks where I feel like I have been working nonstop, and somehow the to-do list is longer than when I started.
Yes, that is exactly it. Has your week been like that too?
A little bit. I have been pretty busy. But honestly, compared to your week, mine sounds relaxing.
Lucky you.
Well, I have been trying to get back into a routine, actually. I've been waking up earlier, making breakfast at home, that kind of thing.
Oh, have you been doing the whole morning routine thing, like journaling and all that?
I have been trying. I bought a journal like 3 months ago, and it has been sitting on my nightstand collecting dust.
Ha, been there.
Right? It looks great, though. Very aesthetically pleasing dust collector.
Okay, so let's pause here for just 1 second. Did you notice something?
We have been saying been a lot, right?
A lot. And it sounds totally natural because it is natural. I have been trying. It has been sitting. Have you been doing? These are all real phrases that real Americans use every single day.
And none of them required a grammar textbook to understand in context, right? You just heard them, and you probably got the meaning because the sentence around the word helped you.
That's the whole point of listening practice. Your brain starts to recognize patterns, and after a while, you do not think about the grammar rule. You just know it sounds right.
Okay, let's keep going. Alex, have you been watching anything good lately? Any shows, any movies?
Actually, yes. I have been watching this documentary series about deep sea creatures. Have you ever seen anything like that?
I have not been watching much TV lately, but I love nature documentaries. What is it about?
It's about the deepest parts of the ocean, places where humans have basically never been. And the creatures down there, Emma, they look like they are from another planet.
Oh, I have heard about that. There are fish that glow in the dark, right?
Yes, and some of them have never been studied before. Scientists are still discovering new species.
That is wild. I have always been fascinated by the ocean. It is so mysterious.
Me too. I have been obsessed with the ocean since I was a kid. My family used to take trips to the coast every summer.
Oh, have you been back recently?
I have not been back in years, actually. It's been too long. I really want to go again.
You should plan a trip. Have you ever been to the Pacific coast, like Oregon or Washington?
I have been to California, but never further north. Have you?
I have been to Oregon once. It was beautiful, but the water is freezing, like painfully cold.
Has it always been like that?
Pretty much, yes. The Pacific Ocean up there has always been much colder than the Atlantic. Something about the currents.
Interesting. See, now we have been using been in a completely different way. Have you been to Oregon? I have been to California. This is using been to talk about places you have visited in your life.
Right, and notice how there is no specific time. I'm not saying I went to Oregon in 2019. I'm saying I have been to Oregon. It means at some point in my life, I visited Oregon.
It's like checking something off a life list. Yes, I've been there, I've done that.
Been there, done that.
Ha! Exactly. That's actually a very common English expression. Been there, done that. It means you've already experienced something, usually something that is not that exciting anymore.
Like if someone says, "Oh, you should try skydiving. It is so scary and fun." And you say, "Been there, done that."
Right. You've already done it. It's old news for you.
Okay, Alex, I want to ask you something a little more personal. Have you been feeling stressed lately with the car and the work project and everything?
Honestly, yes. I have been feeling pretty overwhelmed. I haven't been sleeping great either.
I'm sorry to hear that. How long has that been going on?
It's been about 2 weeks, maybe 3. I think it started when the work project got bigger.
That makes sense. Has anything been helping?
I've been going for walks in the evening. That has been the one thing that actually helps me reset.
That is a really good habit. I've heard so many people say that walking has been one of the best things they added to their routine.
It really has. Even just 20 minutes. I put on a podcast, sometimes music, and I just walk. And somehow the world feels a little smaller and less stressful.
I have been doing something similar, actually. Not walks, but I've been sitting outside in the morning with my coffee before I look at my phone.
Oh, that's nice. No phone?
No phone. I've been trying to keep the first 30 minutes of my day phone-free. It has been hard, but it has also been really good.
I have been meaning to do something like that. My phone is the first thing I reach for in the morning, and I know it's not a great habit.
It has been a game changer for me, honestly. I feel less anxious during the day.
Okay, I've been convinced. I'm going to try it.
Let's check in next week and see how it's been going.
Deal. All right, let's take a little moment here again. Emma, walk them through what we've been doing with been in this part of the conversation.
Sure. So we used phrases like, I have been feeling stressed, I have not been sleeping great, how long has that been going on, and has anything been helping? All of those are describing something that started in the past and is still continuing now. That is the big idea. Been plus an action word, the ing form, tells you something is ongoing.
It is not finished. It started before now, and it is still happening.
Exactly. I have been going for walks. It means I started going for walks some time ago, and I'm still doing it now. It's a current habit.
Compare that to, I went for a walk yesterday. That is one specific event, finished, done. But I have been going for walks is an ongoing thing.
The difference is small, but it matters. And with listening practice, you start to feel that difference without even thinking about it.
All right, let's keep chatting. Emma, where have you been traveling lately? Or have you been staying close to home?
I have mostly been staying local. I haven't been on a big trip in a while. It has been over a year, I think.
Has it really been that long?
Yes, it has. The last big trip I took was to visit my cousin. She has been living in Colorado for about 3 years now.
Oh, nice. Has she been liking it out there?
She has been absolutely loving it. She has been hiking every weekend. She's been meeting new people. She sounds really happy.
Colorado has been on my list for a while. I have been wanting to go, but I just never get around to planning it.
You should go. The mountains are incredible, and the weather has been really nice out there lately, from what she says.
Has it been snowy at all this winter?
It has been a little bit, but not as much as usual. She said it has been a pretty mild winter so far.
Interesting. Winter has been weird everywhere this year. It has been warmer than usual here, too.
Climate has been changing so fast. You can really feel it year to year now.
You can. Okay, different topic. Emma, have you been cooking at home more, or have you been eating out?
I have been trying to cook more at home. I have been getting into meal prep on Sundays.
Oh, have you been doing the whole big batch cooking thing?
I have been doing a version of it. I don't go crazy with it, but I make a few things that can be used for multiple meals during the week. Like I'll roast a big batch of vegetables, cook some rice or quinoa, and then I've been mixing and matching from that all week.
That is smart. I have been trying to cook more too, but I have been struggling with the planning part. I buy ingredients and then I forget to use them.
Oh, I've been there so many times. You buy a beautiful bunch of kale and then it just sits in the fridge getting sadder and sadder.
Yes. And then by Thursday, it has basically been composting itself in your refrigerator.
Exactly. The trick I've been using is to write a very simple meal plan on Sunday before I shop. Nothing fancy, just a rough idea of what I'm making each day.
Has that been working for you?
It has been working really well, actually. I waste way less food, and I've been saving money, too.
That is a good side effect. Money has been tight for a lot of people lately, so anything that helps with that is good.
For sure. And honestly, the food I've been making at home has been tasting so much better than takeout lately. I don't know if my cooking has improved or if I've just been appreciating it more.
Probably both. There's something about making something yourself that makes it taste better.
Agreed. Okay, let's do another quick check-in for our listeners. Alex, we have been talking for a while now. What patterns have you noticed?
So, been keeps showing up in three main situations in this conversation. First, with have or has to talk about ongoing experiences. I have been cooking. She has been living in Colorado. Second, with have or has to talk about places visited or experiences had. Have you been to Colorado? I have been to California. Third, in questions asking about someone's state or situation. How has your week been? Has that been working for you?
And notice that been never shows up alone. It always has a helper with it. Either have, has, had, or sometimes was or were in slightly different structures.
Right. You will never just say, I been doing this. That is not standard English. You need the helper. I have been doing this. She has been doing this.
That is one of the most common mistakes English learners make. They drop the helper word.
And native speakers will still understand you, but it sounds unnatural. So it is worth practicing getting that helper in there.
Okay, let's keep going. Alex, has anything surprised you recently? Like something you did not expect?
Actually, yes. I have been surprised by how much I enjoy cooking lately. I used to hate it.
Really? How long has that been changing?
It has been shifting over the past year or so. I think the pandemic changed a lot of people's relationship with cooking. We all had to do it more, and some people discovered they actually like it.
That is so true. I have noticed that a lot of my friends who had never really cooked before have been making really impressive meals now.
It's like a skill that has been hiding inside everyone, waiting to come out.
I love that. Okay, has anything else surprised you?
I have been surprised by how much I like podcasts as a format. I have been listening to podcasts for years, but lately I have been really appreciating the conversations, not the scripted stuff, the real, natural back and forth.
That is actually really relevant to what we're doing here, because for English learners, the best way to improve is not always to study grammar rules, it's to listen to real conversation.
Right. When you read a grammar book, you learn the rule, but when you listen to real conversations over and over again, you absorb the pattern. And then one day, you just use it correctly without even thinking about why.
It's the same thing that happens with your first language. Nobody taught you the grammar of your first language before you started speaking it. You just heard it thousands of times, and your brain figured it out.
And English learners can do the exact same thing with enough listening input.
That's the whole idea behind this podcast. We're not going to quiz you. We're not going to make you fill in blanks. We're just going to talk, and you're going to listen. And little by little, things are going to start feeling familiar.
Okay, we're getting close to wrapping up, but I want to do one more natural conversation section before we close. Emma, if you could go anywhere you have never been, where would it be?
Oh, that's a great question. I've been thinking about Japan for a long time. I've never been, but it has been on my list forever.
What is it about Japan that has been calling to you?
Everything, honestly. The food has always been a big draw for me. I've been eating Japanese food here at home, but I imagine the real thing is on another level.
It absolutely is. I've been to Japan once about 5 years ago.
Wait, really? You have been? I did not know that.
Yes, it was one of the best trips I have ever taken. I've been telling people about it ever since.
Okay, now I'm even more jealous. Where did you go?
I was in Tokyo mostly, but I also spent a few days in Kyoto. Tokyo has been changing a lot, apparently, even since I went, but Kyoto has been more or less the same for centuries.
I've heard Kyoto is magical.
It has been described that way by everyone who goes, and for good reason. There is something about the old temples and the quiet streets that you can't find anywhere else.
Has it always been that popular with tourists?
It has been popular for a long time, but in the last decade, it's gotten even more crowded. Some of the locals have been pushing back on that, actually. There's been a conversation in Japan about over-tourism.
That has been happening in a lot of places. It's been a growing issue worldwide.
It has. Okay, final stretch. Emma, is there anything you have been wanting to say to our listeners today? Any big takeaway?
Yes, actually. If you have been struggling with English or if it has been feeling really hard lately, I just want to say that feeling is normal. It's part of every language learner's journey. It doesn't mean you're bad at it. It means you're in the middle of it.
That's a really good point. The people who have been at this for a while, the ones who speak English confidently now, they all went through the same thing. It hasn't always been easy for anyone.
And the fact that you're here, listening to this right now, means you've been putting in the work, and that matters.
It really does. So keep going, keep listening, keep showing up.
And keep noticing how we use little words like been, because those small words are the building blocks of natural English. Once they click, everything starts sounding more natural.
All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of Fluent English Podcast. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. It has genuinely been a pleasure.
It has. And hey, if this has been helpful to you, share it with a friend who has been learning English. Word of mouth is always the best way to help a show like this grow.
We'll be back soon with another conversation. Until then, keep your ears open and keep listening. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.